Now to a special evening that took place in Southport last week. Two of Liverpool's finest ever defenders were centre stage, and it was all for a very good cause. Here's Jake Hargreaves to tell us a bit more.
Hello and welcome to the Vincent Hotel in Southport, where tonight one of Liverpool Football Club's most successful defensive partnerships will be coming to face questions from a public who are attending a dinner to promote the Jedi Music Festival. Now, the Jedi Music Festival's main aim is to raise awareness for sudden adult death syndrome, which in fact kills 12 young people every week in the UK alone. And I spoke to event organiser for tonight and the festival, Steve Hoare, to find out why it's so important we have evenings like tonight.
It's vitally important that people are made aware of it. I think a lot of people are guilty of burying their head in the sand and thinking it won't affect them, but it affects a minimum of 12 young families every week in the UK. So what we're trying to do is to raise that awareness and try and promote health and well-being and try and spread that message to tell people to get their young children, you know, their fit, healthy young children, get them screened with a simple ECG. It takes 10 minutes, it's painless, and in some cases it's free.
The scariest thing about sudden adult death syndrome, I think, Steve, from learning about it, is the first symptom is death.
Yeah, that's right. The first symptom of sudden adult death syndrome is death, so there's nothing you can do about it. My son Christopher was a very, very young, healthy, very fit young man. We had no signs, no symptoms, but he had a condition that was undiagnosed. He had a problem with his heart and we didn't know. That's why the message is, no matter how fit, healthy, fine your child appears to be, just a very simple ECG screening can pick up an undiagnosed heart condition and prolong the life of a child and continue the happiness of that family as well.
Just finally, Steve, how good does it make you feel? Obviously, Mark Lawrenson opened last year's fundraising but this year's Mark and Alan Hansen. How does that make you feel that they've both made the effort this year?
Well, that's right. You know, they've given their time freely. Mark's become our first patron of the newly formed charity, the Vital Sounds Foundation. Alan's come and shown fantastic support. Alan's, I think, going to be a patron as well, which will be, you know, fantastic to us to have such legendary, iconic footballers from the Liverpool Football Club as our figureheads. So I'm indebted to them. They've given their time freely, and you know, what can I say? Mark and Alan Hansen, legends, absolute legends.
So no doubt tonight's event is for a fantastic cause and one the two Liverpool legends were keen to be involved in.
Mark asked me about 4 or 5 weeks ago to do this event, and obviously I told him about last year and what a great time we had last year with Howard Kendall, and told him about the guy that tragically lost his son, and here we are.
Obviously, you were involved last year and you had a successful night. But is this something you were keen to carry on fighting for the cause and raising awareness for something?
Yeah, I think so, because Hal's got grown-up children. Mine are a little bit younger than his are, but you know, to sort of lose your boy towards the end of his teens is obviously very, very tragic, because I think everybody realises that, you know, as parents you should always outlive your kids. And when you realise about the illness, it's sort of, you know, if you think about that, for like 5 minutes checkup, you know, it would still be alive. So it's a tough one for Steve Hoare, and obviously, you know, and he's gone on with the charity and the Jedi and the whole kind of thing. But it's a really, really tough thing to do. So, you know, when he comes knocking on your door, it's like, well, yeah, absolutely no problem whatsoever.
So what a little bit about the evening? You're going to be both up against the public. Is that
against the public? Is that bad, is it?
We can do the public.
Is that something you're nervous about? What questions you're going to be asked tonight?
Well, it's like we've done this sort of thing many times before, and you get used to it. And Laura's got so many funny stories to tell. And I'm sure it's going to be a great night. And I mean, obviously the Liverpool supporters are going to be in there, and they'll be asking questions about Liverpool and how it's going at the minute, and you know, asking questions about the old days when we played and what's the difference.
That'll be the funny bit, wouldn't it?
That will be the.
Will you be stitching each other up?
Oh yeah.
So it's going to be good. I mean, you know, we're local here in Southport, and the Southport crowd, and I don't think there's going to be a riot or anything. No. So it'll be fine. It'll be well manned, and we'll be well behaved.
So Mark and Alan are sitting down now to enjoy their meal just before they face the public who were lucky enough to get a ticket for tonight's event. Now remember, if you want to find out more about sudden adult death syndrome, please go to the website that's on your screen now. I'm going to hang around and see if the public will ask you questions that I daren't.
Great stuff. Delighted to say that event organiser Steve Hall joins us on the line now. Steve, was a good night had by all?
Yeah, it was a great night, Martin. It was really good, very successful.
Tell us a bit more about the Q&A session. How did that go down, and did the jockey and Mark Lawrenson get a hard time or not?
No, they didn't get a hard time at all. It was some iffy questions that were asked, but as they were on the pitch, very professional. They dealt with it very professionally off the pitch.
In terms of monies raised, are we any closer to knowing how much was collected and raised on the night, Steve?
At the moment, no, because we haven't actually banked it all, because we've only just, with it being a newly formed charity, we're just in the process of setting up the bank account. So I've got a bundle of cash and a bundle of cheques to put into an account hopefully this week.
Must be a massive boost, though, having such legends as Lawrenson and Hansen involved.
Yeah, of course. Mark and Alan, obviously these are local guys, and I've befriended Mark, who's obviously playing football and being at Liverpool a long time ago myself, at a junior level, of course. But yeah, two great personalities, well versed in football, and really know the subject.
And what's coming up next, Steve? What's the next event, and what's happening next for you?
Well, at the moment I'm really busy, obviously in my role as a firefighter in the Merseyside Fire and Rescue Service. That takes up a massive amount of my time. But we're just at the stage now where the charity, which is the Vital Sounds Foundation charity, is almost newly formed. It's just at the legal stage now. So once that's done, that'll sit as an umbrella over the Jedi Music Festival, which is a massive music festival which raises awareness of sudden adult death syndrome, and it also has a fitness and health and well-being issue. And is that taking place in the summer? It is. As last year, it was run last year, and this year it's Sunday the 1st of August in Victoria Park, Southport. Great stuff. We'll no doubt be catching up with you then as well. Steve, many thanks for your time tonight. All the best for the future. Cheers. Thanks very much.